Hello, my name is Whonnock. What you're going to see here is about cedar bark of the cedar tree. And this was harvested around the Whonnock area. We have a lot of cedar trees back there. And this is how we start off. We brush off the rough parts of the bark and get it ready to split. So after it's split, here's a couple of armbands, okay? And this is for men. They put it on when they become, they go through their puberty rites, and then they earn these armbands. They're very valuable to us. And you know how to do a 3 braid, right? Okay. Well, this is a 5 braid. 5 braid. And we can do 7 braiders also, 9 or 12, depending how wide you want it. So these are armbands, and I'll show you another thing. As you can see, what I'm wearing is a headband, ladies headband, and this is a child headband, okay? Child. And this one is small fiber. It's a small, narrow strips, 5 strands braiding. So, and then we have this little bit of decoration out here, and the wool to dress it up. And we use these for children to, like if they're going to get a name from our ancestors, we bless them with this headband, okay? So, and we can make these any size. So far, these are for men. There's 2 pairs of armbands, okay? 2 pairs of armbands. And it's a long process. It's a long process. And so it takes me about a week to clean these off and get them ready to strip, okay? Once they're all cleaned off like that, then we soak them for a day or even 3 hours in hot water. And we put a little bit of bear grease in the water, hot water, and put these in there so they won't be so brittle after we start making them. We can make a fish bail out of these also, you know, to bail out the canoe when we go fishing, and make them so they're very firm. And we can make other things like snowshoes. In the old days, they made them oval shaped, and then they'd make kind of ropes out of these. There's ways we can make rope out of them, okay? So we do everything with these cedar bark. This is a red cedar bark. There is a story about how the red cedar tree became, which will be another time. And there's a yellow cedar bark that's a female tree. This is a male tree, the red cedar bark. And there is a yellow tree that's a female bark. So, and you can almost tell the difference. Some of them might be yellow, some of them might be red, okay? And here you can see there's some will work there, weaving. We can either weave for the headband, it can be a headband, or we can make these tails we got on headbands here. So, and that's what we also do in the Whonnock area. We do all kinds of traditional stuff. And as you can see, the masks at the back, you've seen them earlier. My son Hudson made those. He carved those. He's a carver. And I also have a daughter she's a painter. She's an artist also. She does all kinds of painting, like sponge painting. Oh, she's awesome at her drawing. So perfect and just firm. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you about, as you can see, the loom is made out of cedar, red cedar, the loom. There's 2 different looms here. One is to make a cape, this big one, Then this one here is to make belts or whatever, a child's cape or anything. So we have 2 different sizes. So that's what we do with our cedar, and we value the cedar tree. Before we even start taking the bark off, we offer some water, some fish, or a slice of bread, and offer it to the tree. So, and very thankful because they are alive and they've shared their cedar bark with us. So we're very thankful. And as you know, in the old days, that's what we used for clothing. More from the yellow cedar bark because it's softer. The red one is a little brittle, but the yellow cedar feels like cloth when you treat it. And it's hard to come by, the yellow cedar tree bark. And you got to go higher up in the mountain. There's also a story of the female tree. And that's a yellow female tree, cedar. So there's a story for the 2 trees. And one day we'll tell that story. And I want to thank you. I just wanted to share a little bit of what we do in Whonnock. All my daughters and my sons have something to do with any kind of cedar. Like there's paddles made by my sons and etc., etc. But they'll tell their story right now, and thankful for these bark. And we're preparing for an event in a future. We make all these headbands that we cover. If we're going to give a naming ceremony or a marriage ceremony, or a baptism ceremony, you know, to bless a newborn baby. And that's what we make these headbands for. We give them away, or we bless whoever's going to receive a name, or what child's going to get baptized, you know, spiritually. We cover them with cedar. So that's, there's a lot more to it, but just a little bit of introduction. Cook stem.